peer pressure yule ile anataka tu kupata mtu and all that
True,
kind of stuff.
true.
And I think today that's when we are so much intentional and we can do it differently, totally
True,
differently,
true.
because we have learned big lessons.
Very true.
Yeah. So I think that is the major topic that we're discussing today. What are our biggest lessons that we learned in our previous breakups?
Yes.
Because si moja.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakup si moja and
Si moja.
Si moja, of
Tumechapwa
course.
character development.
But in that
My
school,
friends, yeah.
in that
we
school,
graduated with, I think, masters.
that must have been a PhD.
Yeah, true.
Way
True.
PhD. Yes.
Ukweli.
Yeah. Nani naenda kwa prayer of affection? To me, it's not. Like pure
What
ya
if your
kushinda.
man is comfortable with that? Because there are those men who are touchy on public. Maybe anakushika kwa mabega, anakushika mkono. They are comfortable kissing you publicly without a problem. What
Okay,
if that is their love
to
language?
them,
What
they
if
might
that
be.
is what turns them on?
Maybe I will learn to do that. I will learn to
But
do that.
ningumu.
Ningumu though, but I will learn to do it. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Wanjiru Kabuchi. I'm so happy guys for your continuous support, and I'm so grateful for your comments, for your subscription, and I'm so grateful. Now this year, we decided that of course it's back to back in terms of content, but we had relaxed.
Okay, manze.
Manze.
An
But
8 to 5 job and content creation is not a joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
And I think it requires a lot of sacrifice,
True.
a lot of dedication.
True.
Hey, yeah, but we are back. Anytime that we get time, of course, we get to sit down and then, of course, create something that is going to be very impactful, and it's something that is going to be so inspirational to all of you who are watching us today. I have my guest back. Hey, I missed you, girl.
I missed
Sasa?
you too. Poa sana. Eh?
Back.
It's been a minute. Around 2 months.
2 months, by the way.
Imagine.
2 months. Yeah, that's long.
But I'm here.
Uko aje, umekuwa aje?
Mi niko poa. I've been okay. Hustling here and there. Najua lazima tufanye kazi.
Of course, yeah.
So it has been very hard for consistency. Especially in our meetups.
Yeah.
Because you were on leave. No, holiday.
By then I was on holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you went back to work.
Yeah.
Pangu, I'm back to work. The quarter of this year.
The first quarter.
Yes, the first quarter is too busy. So kupata time, though we say we create time, but again, iko fixed sana. 8 to 5, weekends.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah, maybe you can remind them your name, because I think they might have forgotten.
Hi guys, my name is Hilda Wambogo. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I feel so comfortable when hosting you, and I feel comfortable having topics with you, because I think this is, I wish, unaonanga vile things you wish you did earlier in your early years. I wish we met earlier. We did content creation way better, because I think from the audience and from the responses, I think we are impactful, and we're getting there.
It's not too late.
It's not
we
too
can
late.
still do this.
Yeah, and we're doing it actually.
Yeah,
we are really actually
true.
doing it.
True.
And you can see today, hey. Yani, to get her to this place, hey, story come. I called this girl nikamwambia, around this place that, like, of course we are in Mashinani.
Yeah.
So nikamwambia, around my area, there are good areas, there are good jams. And then she was like, I know you doubted. You really doubted,
true.
right?
I was like, what can you offer from that place?
Very
I was
dry.
like, are you sure?
Are you
That
sure?
place is too dry, but I'm shocked. What? This
Yeah.
place is beautiful. It's a hidden gem,
actually. We should. Yeah. And I'm telling you, this place is so green, you can see. And I'm telling you, if you look around this place, it's so dry.
And a river over there.
Exactly.
Yani, the place is just beautiful.
Just beautiful. Yeah. Let's just mention it, because of course, wametuhost na wametusaidia sana. Inaitwa River Lodge Resort. Iko hapa tu na Rumoru, just a few kilometers. I think it's just less than 1.5 kilometers away from town. And it's such a beautiful place.
Beautiful. Their food is... What?
Yeah.
Yeah, their service is good.
Yeah, their service is excellent.
I would come here again and again.
Yeah. Good. Now, I think what that is done, and I think that was a leak up. And I would say that I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have you. And you cannot wait for today's topic. And today's topic is going to be fire.
Kama kawaida.
Kama kawaida. Kila mtu amepata stress zake za hii maisha in terms of relationship.
True.
Tulipatiana story pale, I think we posted in your channel. If someone has not watched it, go and watch it. It's talking about our breakups.
Yeah.
Story.
True.
Hey, I'm telling you. And today I want us to do, what are the big lessons that we learned in our breakups?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm very sure every individual out there
Mhm.
have been into a relationship,
Mhm.
whether a friendship or a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
You got broken at some point,
Yeah.
and you learned lessons.
Yeah, of course.
So
Mhm.
today we are here to discuss that.
Yeah, and I think so many people have been talking and saying that, of
Mhm.
course, relationships have become such a scam.
True.
But I think if you think back and you look at the things that you did in a
Mhm.
certain relationship,
Mhm.
if you knew how to go about certain things, you
True.
could have done it better,
True.
and maybe it could have lasted.
True.
Yeah.
I'm very sure from your relationship 1 to
Mhm.
relationship 2,
Mhm.
things have been different.
Yeah.
Now, the
True.
more relationship you get into,
Mhm. Oh,
the
what? Mhm.
the wiser you become,
Yeah.
and you do things differently
Yeah. Yeah.
depending on how you were doing them in the previous relationships.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also when it comes to relationship,
Mhm.
I think by then we were a bit younger and we were in the process of
True.
understanding
True.
ourselves,
True.
getting to know ourselves better.
Yeah.
And then yule ile anataka tu kupata mtu and all that
True.
kind of stuff.
True.
And I think today that's
Mhm.
when we are so much intentional and we can do it differently, totally
True.
differently
True.
because we have learned big lessons.
Very true.
Yeah. So I think that is
Mm.
the major topic that we're discussing today. What are our biggest lessons that we learned in our previous breakups?
Yes.
Because si moja.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakup si moja and
Si moja,
of
tumechapwa
course.
character
Development.
development.
But in that
My
school,
friends, yeah.
in that
We
school,
graduated with, I think, masters.
that must have been a PhD.
Yeah, true.
Way
True, 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 true.
PhD.
Ukweli,
Yes.
ukweli.
Yeah. Nani anaenda wa mimi ama wewe?
You.
Wacha sasa nikwambie. Mimi when it comes to relationship, I think my biggest lesson which I learned is communication. Very, very important.
Mhm.
You see, there's no way that you will go like for instance, for us to come here, we had to communicate. Like we
True.
had to make calls, make prior arrangements,
True.
you know, connect and make sure that
Yeah.
that's happening. The
Mhm.
same thing with a relationship.
Mhm.
If you do not communicate, like hakuna kitu ita happen, nothing
True.
will happen, nothing will go on,
True.
and you will find that you are not even having misunderstanding because of they are there, but
Mhm.
because you did not communicate.
Very
You did
true.
not communicate your heart.
Very
You did
true.
not communicate your intentions. You did not even communicate the small things like how are we supposed to dress to go out?
Yeah.
And then he comes dressed in a short and you get disappointed.
Yeah.
And you're like, my man is mshamba.
And
But you-
annoyed.
Yeah.
And
But you did not
didn't
communicate. Yeah, I think
yeah.
communication is very
It's
vital.
key. It's very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
In our previous relationship, communication wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
I would rate mine as maybe 60.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really assumed so many things.
Mhm.
You know, the way you get to a relationship and you assume that someone is mature, so they need to know.
True.
I think you should even stop that. But communicate.
Yeah.
Communicate. And communicate even the small things that
True.
you need
True.
to communicate. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I really value
Mm.
in a relationship
Mm.
is communication.
Yeah.
Anything small.
Mhm.
If maybe you are traveling to some place, communicate.
Yeah.
If you'll get late, communicate.
Yeah.
If maybe along the way I did something wrong to you, communicate.
Yeah.
Si kuka umefura na
Yeah.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
is happening
Uh-huh.
and you've not communicated. So I would agree with you.
Yeah, and I
Communication
think
is key.
very important. And I think personally, I think I get so irritated because with that mind of assuming that you know what you need to do,
Yeah.
I think it has really made me so angry because assume we are going for a trip somewhere
Mhm.
and you did not communicate that you had other plans or
Yeah.
you did not even communicate that you might be late.
Uh-huh.
And maybe you had planned that you are supposed to meet at 11,
True.
only for you to appear at 3.
Mi wacha nikwambie, you cannot find me there. I'm a timekeeper
Uh-huh.
and when it comes to time, I'll keep time.
Yeah.
But trust you me, I'll not wait for you.
Yeah.
30 minutes and I'm off.
Yeah.
Utanipata.
Yeah. So I think communication is very, very important. Do not
Yeah.
assume, just
True.
communicate. Yeah.
True. True.
Yeah.
I think the second thing that we assume so much are the red flags.
Yeah.
And we communicated this in our last topic that we discussed.
Exactly.
The red flags. Those small things that we assume at the initial of the relationship, they cost us a lot. We assume things and maybe hope the relationship is still new.
Yeah.
Maybe after marriage, this thing will change. But trust you me, those red flags that you ignore, just sit down and communicate about them. Get to know, is it a behavior that this individual has?
Yeah.
Is it something that maybe they are doing out of taking advantage on you? Because like maybe setting up a date and then you don't show up, that is a red flag. What do you think will happen maybe after this relationship has grown, imefika mahali that you can no longer turn back.
Yeah.
Drinking,
Yeah.
that is a red flag.
Yeah.
But most of the ladies out there, you'll
Yeah.
hear them say, I'm giving him freedom to drink, to
Yeah.
come home late,
Mhm.
to not come even home
Yeah.
because he's busy, and when time comes, he creates time for me. My friend, that thing won't change.
Yeah.
Some change along the way, but not all of them.
Yeah.
So those red flags, Amma, what do you think about red flags?
Yeah, red flags are there. And us women, we are very good at burying our head into the sand, such
True,
that we do not
true.
want to accept that they are there.
True.
You know, these are things that you have already seen, you have already observed from this person. But you know what? You're telling yourself that maybe he will change.
Yeah.
You know, the hope that women we usually
Yeah.
have. But I think red flags are there. And if you assume them, they are going to cost you a lot. You see, red flags, the way you have said, like if the person is not a timekeeper,
Yeah.
and then you assume that after the relationship has progressed to a certain level, that's when they're going to keep time. Nothing.
They will not.
That they
will
not. If it pisses you off,
Yeah.
do not communicate to your friend. Communicate it to the right person.
Yeah.
Tell him that I'm not comfortable with you not keeping time, with you turning down trips, with you turning down plans.
True.
Those red flags, do not ignore them.
Yeah.
If you cannot communicate them, just know that they will blow up your relationship one day.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think we women, when we get into a relationship, we get attachment issues.
Yeah.
I'm there. We've gone to this extent. I do not want to lose this guy. So what happens?
Yeah.
I will ignore everything that is coming up in the name of maybe he will change.
Yeah.
He still loves me. My friends.
Yeah. That is a red flag.
Yeah. True.
So I think the next one, it's conflict resolutions. When you get to a relationships, you will have some issues. It is not all rosy, and even if it is all rosy, there are some thorns. Sometimes they will prick you, and then you will feel, hapo amenileta juu. Yeah, amenileta juu. So how do you resolve your conflicts? Is he the kind of an escapist kind of a man? Will he escape that whole issue and assume it? Are you an escapist? Because let's not be here to paint the other party bad, because we are also part and parcel of the relationship. So how do you resolve your conflict in a relationship? How do you resolve them? Do you sit down, discuss them without raising voices? Unajua tuko hapo kushout hapa uhoni vile tuko nayo mingi. Yeah. We do not want him to talk.
To correct you. Your ego is there. Now your ego yake iko
by the way. But they do know what? In a relationship, I think even one of the things that we should have said there, it's ego.
Yeah.
We should do all our ego.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to resolution and conflict resolution, both of us should disagree to agree.
True.
Yeah?
True.
But sasa unapatanga wasichana hapa.
Mdomo.
Hapa. Mpaka huyo jamaa anasema, sasa why am I fighting for this?
Yeah.
This is how she's communicating.
True.
How am I?
True.
So conflict resolution, there are going to be fair conflicts, yes. But as much as possible, avoid them. But when there arises, how do you resolve them?
Yeah.
Come to a sitting, have a communication. Both of you are mature. I assume by the time you're in a relationship, you're both mature.
True.
And try to solve it in a very mature way.
True.
Not to break up, but now to resolve issues and start
to
it
build
again.
a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to conflict solving, I think you need to understand your partner, how they react to maybe what occurred.
Yeah.
Because we are all different.
Yeah.
There are those who just mute na wananyamaza until they get better, and then they can sit down and talk. There are those who talk.
Yeah.
Like for me, I know hatuwezi sweep things under the carpet. We have to sit and talk. Kuna wa kunyamaza, kuna wa kuongea, kuna wa kutukanana,
exactly. Kuna wa kuchapa,
kuna wa kuchapana, kuna wa kubreak things, kuna wa kutoka na anaenda anaenda siku 3 na anakosa kurudi, na then akirudi hakuna kuongelea hiyo story, inaisha. And then there are some relationship I've had that okay, you've got into a disagreement, and this man or this lady doesn't want you to have a sit down and talk, and then they'll take you for a retreat, na hiyo inaishia hapo. So what happens? Mna sweep your issues under the carpets, but ile time yenye zinajitokeza mnajipata mko na so many unfinished businesses that you've not sat down and talked about. So I feel like it should begin at this point. Know how your partner reacts. Juna imagine ni discover that you are the type when you are angry you break everything and maybe become violent. Nitakatia hapo. Again, if you are this individual who cannot sit down to resolve issues, that is That is one toxic relationship.
Yeah.
You guys think toxicity is just physical.
Yeah.
Apana.
Yeah. I think also when it comes to conflict resolution, it also take a toll on you.
Yeah.
Because maybe he did something wrong, or you did something wrong, and you did not communicate, you did not even resolve it.
Yeah.
Deep down you have the anger.
Yeah.
Deep down you are still bitter that this person did this and this and this to me. So I think even that one will cost you a lot in terms of your relationship, because you will always be projecting. Maybe una assume yeye anajua chenye alikufanyia
na
hajui. Yeah. So when it comes to communication and conflict resolution, please do not keep grudges.
Yeah,
communicate na umwambie, mimi I was hurt here, and then try to, as much as possible, to resolve it, so that at least you come to a consensus.
I think we've mentioned the word communicate a number of times.
Yeah.
I think communication is a pillar in this
number one.
In this relationship that we are building.
Yeah.
You've mentioned about that, and some of the things and how communication affects a relationship. Ni ile unajipata sasa mmefika kwa bed. I'm still bitter with what happened. Wewe unajaribu kunishika, mimi nakwambia niko na headache. What do you think? Do you think you'll get over my
No. There's nothing like sipping the
honey.
sweet, the honey, exactly, yeah. And that one will now start other issues, like you're now becoming, you're so judgmental, you're so mad at each other. He also gets mad at you. And then at the end of the day, that relationship will just end. Yeah.
The other thing that I would consider is the goal of this relationship. I think right now, getting into a relationship, I would want to know, are we here for sex? Only? Are we here for something for future? Are we here for friends with benefits? Are we here for what? For just friendship? Are we here for rebounds?
Yeah.
Tumejipata sisi wote, we are heartbroken and we are here to try and heal each other.
Exactly.
I would want to get to know what is the goal of this relationship. Because I feel like we waste a lot of time dating, then courtship, and then marriage. So you know, imagine I've met this guy, we've dated for 2 years, I can court for 5 years, those are 7 years, and then the 8th year, and I find that these individuals get the love of their life.
Oh, well, with
the
you.
8th year.
Well, with you.
Can you imagine? Do you know that is why people are breaking into depressions?
That's true. So I think, mimi just sometimes I usually ask myself, at what time or after how long should you now sit down and discuss the goals that you have with the person? Because I feel wasting your time in that relationship.
Imagine. Me right now, wacha nikwambia honestly, kitambo, I would take 5 years tujuane, nijue.
5?
Okay.
Degree takes 4 years.
Before that. Nijue ukiingia kwa kitanda unangorotanga aji. How do you sleep? Do you snore? After maybe kutoka kazini, how do you undress? Unaeka nguo. But I feel like it's a waste of time.
Really good. Yeah.
I feel like it's a waste of time. Right now, I think tumekuwa adults who know what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
We already know what we want.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should take a century to know the man that. And then after the 5th year, unapata, uko peke yako.
Yeah, and I think those long kind of dating, they sometimes make you question a lot. Like they make you, if they ever break up, you will question yourself a lot, and they might even make you have very low self-esteem. Imagine you have dated with someone for 5 years. You thought that this is the man of my life. You invested your time in there. You invested your emotions in there, and then it has ended.
Imagine.
I think at the end of the day, because your friends knew, your family probably by the end of those 5 years, of course, they are aware.
You have introduced him to all the family members.
I'm telling you. Kwanza your aunts will always remind you, alienda wapi?
Kwani leo hamkukuja na nani?
And you will be so bitter to explain to them that it ended.
Imagine.
And then, unajua kwa hizo long kind of dating, kind of relationships, this is how they end. I don't know why they all end that way. You break up with a man, you will be left as a woman, you'll be left nursing your mentors and your depression.
And then he moves on after a year.
He has a kid. He has a kid, and you have even seen, because of course stalking him kwa social media through Swido account iko, utamuona alienda down the aisle, has a family.
Imagine.
And you are there nursing your depression. So I think communicating the goal of the relationship It's very
Again,
important.
we've gone back to communication.
By the way, I think communication
Is
beats
everything
around
in a
everything in a
relationship.
relationship.
True.
Yeah. Very, very important. And the moment you ignore it,
Yeah.
utajionea mambo.
True.
Yeah. The next one. Na hii sijui mbona watu wanashindanga wakifanya hivi. Mimi by the moment I see someone doing this, it is usually the end of me and him. Number one, it's a turn off. It's a turn off. Number one, or the issue is comparing me with your ex. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
Yeah, true,
right?
True.
There's a reason why it ended with your ex.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it ended with my ex, and that is my past. As much as we cannot be able to completely erase it,
Yeah.
but I think when it comes to you comparing me with your ex,
Yeah.
that's where I drew the line. You started telling me, oh, you know, and I don't know why all the exes or many exes usually have a girl called Wambui ama Wanjiru. Shiro used to do this. Bobo used to do this. So they will tell you Bobo used to. Me, I'm not Bobo. For instance, I'm Wanjiru. So why are you telling me Bobo used to do this? Do not compare me with your ex. You know, some people go to an extent of even comparing your body and your body part and your physique with your exes.
So bad.
Do you
and
know
the sex life and all
everything?
That,
everything. There's a reason why it ended with her.
Yeah, true.
There's a reason why it ended with him.
True.
So do not compare your partner, your current partner, with your exes. Unless you're telling me that you're not yet over your ex.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things that I think this partner is comparing you to their exes is because they still have unfinished business with this relationship. Kuja ukiwa mzima.
Yeah.
Take time to heal and be ready for a new relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's wise to be open. If you are both comfortable, you can open up about the relationships that you had.
But disclaimer, only open to a mature man about your past.
Yeah.
Only to a
because
mature
he'll be using that to
victimize you.
Yes,
especially if you're like, of course, we have had nasty breakups. And in our nasty breakups, there are things that were blissful with our exes. Then you come here, you are now becoming a very good girl and then exposing that. Only expose your past
to a mature man.
Yes. Because there are some people who are going to capitalize on your past and then they are going to use that to bring you down. Remember, by the time you're breaking up with that person, it took a toll on your mind. It took a toll on your emotions. And
you made a decision.
Now you are here with a new person, and then you start comparing them with your exes.
True. So communicate with your mature partner.
Yeah.
If it is important.
And then choose what to say.
Yeah.
Choose what to say. It is not everything.
True.
That you go broadcasting. That one day I drank and I broke down. As you know, I was carried from... It's not everything that you disclose. You know, there are those nasty stuff that you've done. Video yetu ikitolewa hivi.
And again, I feel like there are some sensitive issues that you need to discuss before a new relationship. For example, if you have a kid in a previous relationship, that is something that you need to discuss with your man. And then after that, move on. The both of you. This is something new that you're beginning. So, fresh beginnings. In case of anything, usiniambia, oh, ex yangu wako anafanya hivi. It's a turn off, my friend.
By the way, hiyo kitu ya kucompare exes, we are all different. We are all different. And there's a reason why it broke up. There's a reason why it didn't end up in marriage, for instance. And so if you're starting to build a new thing, always pick the lessons that you learned in your previous relationship. Those big lessons that you learned, carry them with you to the new relationship, but let it not be a hindrance of you knowing me, of me knowing you as a good guy, but let it be big lessons. You did this, so that's why it messed up. So what are we doing differently?
What different can we do
to
better our relationship? So the other thing that I think I would consider when it comes to a new relationship is on the small things that happen in a relationship. Though we discussed about conflict resolution, I think relationship don't end due to maybe a cheat. Before we get to cheating, what happens? I think those two small minor things that we assume leads to these bigger other things that comes along. Because maybe auko unanipatia attention na maybe mimi napenda kupatiwa attention. Maybe your man got pissed off because maybe ataki 1 2 3 and you continue doing that. So I would not even go for the bigger things. I would go for those small things that irritates your partner in a relationship, but we keep assuming them.
Yes. And such kind of things is, have you ever visited your partner's house and you found it messy? Like you found everything from socks to shoes
everywhere
to boxers.
Why are you whispering?
because there's some men who does nasty stuff that irritate you as a woman, but you always assume like maybe at a change. But the moment you, and I usually say this, you know, whatever a person does in their own private arena defines them more. Defines them more. So personally, I think I pay attention to those small details. Like if I pop into your house and I had not told you about me coming over to your house,
do you just pack and travel to your man?
I once did that as part of the lessons learned. I will never pack or I will never visit someone having not told them or having not alerted them, despite whether I have your keys, I have your whatever or not. It prevents you from a lot of stuff. There are some, you know, like even if it could not be cheating, it could be like he hang out with friends that you do not like. Of course, it's not a must that your man's friends will automatically be your friends. There's some friends that you do not like. Even him, there's some my friends as a woman that he will not like. So mimi kwenda kwa mtu kama sijamwambia I'm coming,
it's a no.
It's a no. It's a no. But again, even if I tell you that I'm coming and then I met, you know, there's some places that you'll never hide. Like how is the condition of the bathroom? Mimi kwanza, let me tell you. Small things that I assumed and I'm not assuming again is personal hygiene. You see the way someone is living in a very good apartment, but this person, if you get to their bathroom, if you get
bathroom ya mwanaume utapata nini? I'm tempted to ask that.
No, you will meet their buckets, will meet their maybe their whatever. But I'm saying the condition. Maybe it is so has messy. white tiles, but those white tiles are stained. Choo ni ya white, but that choo is stained. That tells you that the person doesn't clean. That tells you that the person doesn't observe personal hygiene. You know, there's some small things that we assume as ladies, but they really communicate. Like if you find someone's bathroom, there should be some things. There should be like, your choo inafaa ikuwe na brush. Hizo tiles zinafaa zikuwe zimesuguliwa. Na inafaa isikuwe na ile smell inatoa. Of course, when you continuously use the toilet, it usually have that urine kind of a smell. So if you get to a man's house and that toilet is smelling, don't assume. That's personal hygiene. Get to the bathroom. How often does he change his beddings? Of course, we are talking like that because we are not in an era where you are physically dating someone who is there. Sometimes because of work, they might be far away from you. And so when you visit them, how is the condition of their bed sheets? How often do they wash their socks? How are they arranged? Those small things. They really communicate. So if you are ready to clean such a man, go ahead. Me, I'm off. Come when you are clean. Tafadhali. Yeah, very, very important. And then the next thing that I have learned, it is important to learn your partner's love language. Very important. Because you might be busy there cooking for someone who doesn't like to be cooked. Who doesn't like to eat indoor food. You might be there breaking your back, washing his clothes. He doesn't like that. Yeah? He might be there all the way breaking a bank to buy for you flowers. You don't like flowers?
Walking along the jungle.
Looking for the beautiful flowers and all that. Yet you do not even like them. He might be there trying to impress you in other ways that you do not like. So the moment you learn someone else's love language, and I think you know the love language, you can apply them.
So we have 5 love languages. One of them is gifts. We are different. And kuna watu upenda gifts, kuna watu wapendi gift. Both genders. So be keen on what your woman or your man loves. Do they love gifts? Gift can be anything. Inaweza kuwa ni a watch, inaweza kuwa ni a boxer, inaweza kuwa ni
a chain.
A chain. Inaweza kuwa ni those flowers. Get to know whether their love language is gifts. Again, the second one is act of service. What she's saying. Maybe my man loves it when maybe I spend some time and cook him that meal that they love. Maybe your lady loves when you spend some time and cook for them. Maybe help them breakfast in bed. Maybe that is what they love. Na unang'ang'ana hapa na maua, na maybe that is not their love language.
Exactly.
And then the third one is quality time.
Me, that's where I am. That's where I am.
Quality time.
That's where.
Give me quality time. Offer me nothing else, and exactly. I'm all yours.
Yeah. Mimi, even let's go by the river. Dip our legs there. But we are together.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me.
Quality time, whereby at least you find time to spend with your woman. You find time to spend with your man, to catch up, to know how they've been doing, all that. Maybe to call to know how they are and all that. See, hauna time. 24/7 you are busy looking for that money. My friend, that money is not important at that point than the time that you offer to your partner. And then the other one, we've said 3. The fourth one is the words of affirmation. If learn whether your partner loves to be appreciated. Unakaa poa, unanukia poa.
Exactly.
You can do it. You can do it. Maybe your man have been doing a task and they completed it and you appreciated them. Maybe they are trying to do something and you are cheering them up, at least to motivate them. Learn your partner love language again. Words of affirmation. Akina umeng'ang'ana hapa na maua, umeng'ang'ana hapa na quality time. Na maybe yeye anataka kuappreciatiwa. Nimetaka salon na hata wezi niambia you look good, and I'm like, what is wrong with this man? Kwani yaoni nimeshukwa? And then I get irritated over maybe that na kwako wewe ujui love language yangu ni gani. Nimevaa nguo mzuri, appreciate me. I want to hear that from a man. And then the last one is which one? Touch. The last one is touch. So we've talked about partner, whether their language is touch. Kuna wanaume tu mkitembea anataka kukushika mkono, anataka kukuspang.
Mimi hapana. Maybe indoors. But if you're out there, kuna hiyo public display of affection. Me, I'm out. Like hiyo tumeenda. Okay, if you're swimming together with you, that is okay.
What if I do swim?
I will teach him, because assume I know how to swim. Of course I know. So if you're swimming with him, I will do that. I will touch him and all that. But ile tuseme tumeenda supermarket and you are busy there holding my hands. Me, I'm busy looking at the grocery and all that. So please, like display of affection, to me it's not. Like
what if your man is comfortable with that? Because there are those men who are touchy on public. Maybe anakushika kwa mabega, anakushika mkono. They are comfortable kissing you publicly without a problem.
Okay, to them,
love language?
To them,
what
they
if
might
that
be.
is what turns them on?
Maybe I will learn to do that. I will learn to do that. Ningumu though, but I will learn to do it. But I would wish that both of us get comfortable in a situation we are both comfortable. You know, like if, for instance, we are in such a place, which of course is not very crowded. That one we can do. Yeah, that one we can do. Like if it's an out which allows couples to do that, that is okay. But imagine we are just out from church. And then you're doing that.
The pastor is over there.
The pastor is over there. Washirika ndio wale.
You know, anajua mmependana.
But you know, like it's good. Now you see now the issue here, or what we are discussing is learn your partner's love language. So this love language determines even where is it applicable to use it, because there are some places that are not very applicable to do it. But if you're in the house,
do you want to be given flowers publicly?
That one very fast.
So I feel like when it comes to love language, it shouldn't be selfish.
Yeah, it should not be selfish. I'm not selfish.
It shouldn't be selfish.
But again, I'm assuming now we are with my parents, or we are with your parents, and we are busy there displaying it and all that. Okay, yeah. So I think I will not get very comfortable doing it from some places, but I will just not, again, completely put you off. Yeah.
I'm sure maybe this partner won't go beyond. Maybe a peck, maybe kukuhold mkono. Okay. That is okay. Yeah. Me, I think I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Even kissing.
Me, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Even
especially if I'm comfortable with you. Me, I wouldn't be uncomfortable with that.
ati umekuja job,
Holding.
goja kwanza. Kuna hao wasi wanapendanga surprises. In the process ya kusema sisi we love quality life or quality time with each other. Mimi one disclaimer, I will even disclaim this. I think it's because of the nature of my job. Mimi do not do it at my workplace. Do not even come to my workplace to kiss me there publicly. Bring me flowers, gifts, and all that. But I think because of the nature of my job, I would not be very comfortable. Organize it in a place.
To assume it's not a boyfriend, it's your husband, and they know that you're married. Akulete flowers. Na akupe. Where is the problem with that?
It's not a problem, but what I'm saying is. I think I'm not 100% comfortable with that. But then I would be comfortable if you have your friends, invite them. If you have to surprise me, invite your friends, surprise me there. Like even get me from work, drive me all the way to where your friends are, then surprise me there. But do not do it. Imagine now my setup, my career, and then someone has come all the way, has flowers, have chocolate, want to kiss me in front of everybody.
They're holding you,
I will be a topic for the next 3 hours.
Let me imagine I wouldn't care about the topic, about being the topic. I no longer care about that. So what makes my man happy, the rest is your problem.
Yeah. But personally, I think I would appreciate it more if you give me gifts. Yeah. Indoors things, surprises and all that. But I think my act of love, my love language is gifts.
This is not about you.
It's
about him. So because I feel like when it comes to love language, you know what your partner loves most. If maybe my partner loves it when I'm in a mini dress, me, I'll do that.
What?
I won't care about what other
think,
as long as see that indecent, but kwake anapenda maybe just above the knee kidogo. That is what turns him on. Why not do that for him?
But remember again, if you've communicated your goals, na mmejua hii where it's headed and where it's going and where it's coming from, I think some of these things you can compromise. But imagine it's just someone has disappeared.
Compromise. Yeye anapenda miniskirt and then wewe na mokorino wako sasa umeolewa, you want to be a wife, wewe na mokorino wako and then sasa tunaanza ku blame them that they are singles out there, and then wakienda huko nje they are going after what they want.
But I think it's good if you understand each other. From the word go, we both understand each other.
So you want to be understood. Unataka maua publicly. Unataka kupewa that quality time, but you do not want to understand their love language that is touch. Maybe anaweza kushika mkono, maybe anaweza kupeck, maybe anaweza kuhug publicly.
Yeah. What
love
I'm saying
should
is
not be selfish.
It is okay. It is okay. Me, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, I think we should do it with moderation. We're not in the market and then you're kissing me in front. When I'm nachagua nyanya, you know, like it depends with how are we doing it, where, and you know, again, it can, and then even of course the place and then the occasion. Because when we are with you in a night out, that is okay. That is okay. When we are out for a party, that is okay. But if, for instance, okay, when I'm coming from work, and of course I'm tired, I need that hug, I need that kiss, I need that peck. When I'm coming out from work, of course I'm tired. If you do it, that is okay. But now, do not over-exaggerate it. If I'm not that kind of a person who would love, you know, touch, publicly, understand me, and roll with it.
Again, we go back to communication. Communicate with your partner what you're comfortable with. Just accommodate their love language. Don't be selfish. Accommodate their love language. Because at the end of the day, we are here to make this relationship work.
Another lesson that you learned in your breakup?
What else?
Personally, I would say that it is always good to discuss the issue of money. You know, we are living in an era where, of course, we have so much happening in our economy. Economic times, they're way too high. And you do not expect him, as much as you want him to stand in and become a man, I think it is good to communicate issues to do with finances. Why? Because he could be a spendthrift. I could be also a spendthrift, where I spend every other coin that I earn without even minding whether I will buy something else in Seisha tomorrow. So I think the issue of finances, you should even have that discussion. The moment you know the goals, where the relationship is heading to, the next important thing is, of course, the goals. Which are the goals that, how is your finances? How best do you handle yourself when you are with money? Unajua kuna watu wakikuwa na pesa,
Wasumbua.
Hey, pesa huwasumbua like kuja I need to be spent. You know, like there's some people who get so excited with money, they end up not doing the right thing.
True.
Yeah, and there are other people who are very miser with money. Sijui kama umewahi meet such a stingy and miser man. He has money, but spending that coin with you
is a problem. Is a problem.
A big issue.
He would better buy you beer and maybe not do anything.
And by the way, it's good that we also let them know. By the way, it's never romantic. It's not even romantic. It's not even near romantic when you buy a woman pombe.
Yeah.
If she's drinking, you know that some okay, in this era we don't want to assume that we can just assume that someone has never tasted alcohol. But me, it's not romantic to buy a woman alcohol. It's more even romantic when you spend that money in another way. Buy her a nice cologne. Take her to salon. Me, by the way, if someone pays for my manicure, pedicure,
umeingia box.
Huyu mtu ni mtu anajua ama ni mtu ameelewa. I need to look good
for
right?
him.
For him.
Si kubrag na mimi na hata ujui cost ya
nywele. Of course, as women, we know how to look at ourselves. You will spend time to go and do your nails. You spend time and go and do your hair and all that. Yeah, and of course, skincare pale. If you buy me skincare products, atuniambia, oh, I had this sunscreen is nice. Oh, I had this cocoa butter is good. Hey,
trust you me, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday. I'm like, baby. Yeah. So I think money, it's such a big issue and such a topic that majority of people ignore it. Yeah. Ever think of how many times you discussed about money in your past relationships?
Actually, we've never.
Yeah. And it really made you at one point get angry with him because maybe the way he spent money that time wasn't
his priorities are not my priorities and all that.
Yeah. And I think personally, my last relationship, because that's where I graduated. The man was a gambler and the kind of people who bets. So he'll get 10,000, bet 5, lose all of the 5. And then do you know the issue of money, if you do not communicate with your partner, it also raises the rest of the issues because this person will misuse his money and feel like you're not supporting him. And it is him who has misused his money. Yeah. So I think the issue of money, very, very important.
It's important.
And I think we assume it a lot as women. Sisi ni gold digger. Right?
True.
But if you think about it, it's a very, very huge thing that we need to sit down. Once we know where we are headed as a family, as a couple, we need now to discuss the issue of money. How much are we expecting at the end of the month?
How much are we
spending in terms of bills? Where are we intending to be? Are we intending to invest? Are we intending to buy something? So that at least both of you know the goal that at the end of the day, this is our financial goal, and this is where we want to be. Because money, besha.
Money is evil.
Money is evil.
What I would mention about money, I think if we are in a relationship, we are just dating, you can decide what to do with your money.
Yeah.
I can decide what to do with my money. If maybe I have a plan that maybe requires your suggestion, I can ask and maybe you can tell me you can do 1, 2, 3. But if this relationship has grown, we want to take this relationship to the marriage, maybe you can discuss money issue on what are our future plans? What are you planning? Do we plan for a home? Do we plan maybe for a land? Do we plan for the kind of the investments that you want to do? And then when it comes to bills again, I wish we would sit down and discuss who does what.
Exactly.
Who pays the rent? Who buys food? Who pays school fees? Who supports this family when it comes to food and all that? And where can you chip in? Because I feel like most relationships do not discuss that. Now at the end of the time, unapata this lady is supporting the family fully. She's paying all the bills and the man is just there. Ama the man is paying all the bills and the lady is still there. And again, I think peer in relationships, we can open up on who does what when we go for dates and to what extent can we go. Kama maybe umenunua food, can I pay the drinks? I know of men who you cannot pay their bills. Atalipa bill. But again, as a lady, I can take my man for that lunch. Nani lipe. Which is okay.
Yeah.
So I think money issue is very important.
And I also think we also need to make sure that we also discuss things to do, because I get pissed off when someone. How do you feel when a man asks you for money? And what is your perception of a man who borrows money from you as a lady?
In a
relationship. You're not in marriage. You're not in marriage. Come on. You're not in marriage. You are dating this person. And this person has asked you for money. What is your perception towards that?
It's hard because, okay, how would I answer this? It would depend with this individual. Are they were they working and then they lost their job?
The man is still working.
The man is still working. And then they borrow my money. For what? To answer for what?
Skiza. You see, like as madam, Mimi, I think I'm best at this. I'm best at testing someone. Like I will just tell you that I have an emergency, I need 3K. And then I see how you're going to react. Maybe you might tell me that I don't have money. I don't have money right now, but I have 1,000. Then you send me that 1,000. To me, I might not even be in that emergency. I was just testing you and how best. Do you know what? I think we have moved from a generation where men give money willingly. Unless you tell them that you have a certain need.
True.
Kwa hivyo, have we met the same niggas or what? Because I think
whereby a man cannot sit and think maybe my lady wants to go to salon for manicure, girls out. Maybe for what nimpatie. They're
so
just
I
there.
Think,
and one of my weaknesses, bro, if you wait for me to ask for that money, I cannot. I would better for reason.
By the way, and then you find that, so personally, if I'm not that kind of a person who asks you for money, and even you're not that kind of a person who, wewe mwenyewe umejiambia, my woman needs some little coin here and there, and you have never given me money without me asking for it. Bro, if you ask me for money, Fuliza, Branch, Hustle Fund,
all of them,
chukua. Because to me, I think a man asks me for money, that's a turn off. That's a turn off. And then, imagine you're asking me for money, yet you mwenyewe, you've never given me, or you like nini mbaya na, okay, there's something wrong somewhere, but when you're a career, when both of us are working, yes, I don't intend or I don't think that you will give me money over and over again. But the small times that you appreciate and give me for salon, for pedicure and manicure, I appreciate. But a man who asks me for money, 254.
I think for me it will depend. If we're in a relationship and this man is working and he takes care of his business and maybe something comes up and he needs my support, I'll chip in for that support. But again, if we are in a relationship and you just borrow money, hata sijui ni ya nini, una spend na nini, yani kuwe ni kama a habit, I would not enable that. Because I think at the end of the time, hata siwezi kupatia the respect that you deserve as a man.
Thank you. I think there's those things that we expect of men.
Yes.
So if you come opposite of that, you will not gain my respect. So I think.
But kama ni support, I'll be there to support you. In case you need that money along the way, why not support you? Because along the way you support me as your partner, I would come in for that. Lakini si ukae tu hivyo ufanyi kazi and then you are like, and then you kole 500 ya lunch, nipatie
Bithrow,
Hustler Fund,
Mshwari,
Fuliza,
branch zote, M-Pesa mtaani, zote. Like, please, issue of money, it's very important, but it's such a sensitive topic because again, it depends with which level of a relationship are you in.
True.
Because you will not be in 1 month. You know, there's some people who even borrow money 2 weeks after knowing you. You know that?
Me,
those ones are parasites. Me, that you cannot even tell me anything else. That's a parasite. And so when it comes to the issue of money, it's very sensitive, but be open. Be open to discuss it. Because again, if you don't, and then you get in marriage, I think it's going to now be a burden on you.
The red flag that you ignored.
Yeah.
Inaingia kwa straight to marriage.
Straight.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know why, people, and I think you must have heard this, people get to marriage and then they start saying that the man changed.
Yeah.
He did not change.
He did not.
You ignored.
Yeah.
You ignored.
True.
Yeah. I think those are quite a number of lessons that we have learned.
Again, I think the last before we close
up
this discussion.
Yeah.
Lower your expectations.
Come on.
Lower your expectations when you're getting into this relationship. Me nimeingia into relationship with a different goal with his. We did not communicate on our goals about this relationship. And then I'm here and I'm hoping after 6 months we'll get married. He's here to pass time. He's here for a rebound.
Yeah.
So I think I would lower my expectations, such as hata nikiwa heartbroken, it would not drain me to depression or to that extent.
Yeah, because I think when it comes to having very high expectations, especially, and let me tell you, I think it goes with age. When you're dating in your 20s, you didn't have a lot. You didn't expect a lot. You are like there having a man, having some good times.
I'm
and
just
all that.
there.
Yeah.
Passing time.
But now dating in your 30s, it is totally a different ball game.
And you do not have time.
Number one, you do not have time. Number two, you are chasing on your dreams and your inspirations and your goals and careers. Yeah. Number three, very rare, or in this era, very rare will you not be having a kid.
True.
So you still have someone else that you're taking care of and they need your full attention. So I think dating in your 30s is such a ball game altogether. So lower your expectation. Mtu amekuja amekwambia kwanza kuna debate juzi hata I was listening to some podcast hapo juzi mtu amesema amekwambia mtu amekuja hapo kwa the moment you are dating and then you tell the person you know I have a kid then wanakwambia lakini unajua mimi sipendi watoto.
Yeah. Ooh. The same minute after that statement
go run because si ati unajua kuna watu very cunning men wanakuambia lakini unajua mimi sipendi watoto lakini wako ameshasema sipendi watoto. Wako ni nini? Si wako ni mtoto. There's no difference. Yeah. So I think when it comes to expectations, and we all love to be loved. We all love to be with someone. True. But then again, the expectations that nowadays
lower them.
Yeah. In terms of you thinking that man will come and erase all the poverty in your clan.
Akuna.
Lower them.
True.
Lower them. True. And if you do not stand strong for yourself, sometimes nowadays, unfortunately, men are not that strong to stand with you.
True.
You know, I think we are in an era where I think we are even more open-minded, such that we are able even to see these things. We are not saying that we have given up. We have not yet. We will give up past 54 because that is the threshold. Why Igoro got married at 54. So that is the threshold. But by now, we know, we are open, we are listening, we are observing. We are wiser than before. So those are biggest lessons that we have learned.
True.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you, guys, for your watching. And please, if you are in your 30s, hey, girl, listen to this. And please subscribe, support us, and also comment and let us know what you think about today's topic. Until next time, bye.